So a lot of times people are just learning about stuff. But if you listen to us every morning, boom, we'll give you all that news you need to know. And then hopefully make you smile on your way to work. All right, let's get to Richmond's morning news brief. Here's the 5 stories that we want to talk about this morning. Get you ready for your day. First big story of the day. It's back on. You know that old saying, mess around and find out. Iran's about to find out that they messed around by waiting and pulling a bunch of nonsense when it comes to the negotiations with the president over ending the fighting. Here's the latest from Fox News.
Number 1.
Iranian strikes targeted locations in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan, all countries with a U.S. military presence. Kuwait condemned what it called sinful aggressions from Iran. This followed the United States going after Iranian military surveillance capabilities, communication systems, and air defense. Central Command describing the strikes as self-defense. War Secretary Pete Hegseth says they're part of making sure President Trump gets the deal he expects. Reuters reports Qatari negotiators left Iran this morning after talks that ran into the early hours. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
All right, that's the latest. Again, 2 days of bombing overnight. U.S. Air Force and Navy have complete air superiority, and the president trying to give Iran as long a leash as he can to get them back to the negotiation tables, but his patience is worn out. That's why you see them strategically taking out of the Tomahawk missiles, taking out command and control, air defenses, whatever they have left or they've rebuilt, and then the Navy and the Air Force taking out key targets along their ports that they use to import their oil. He's hitting them as hard as he can without escalating this. We'll see if he decides to escalate it. If Iran doesn't come back to the table, he did say that Iranians were calling, saying, please stop, please stop. We'll see. Also, he announces yesterday, kind of lets the cat out of the bag, there have been ships that have been going through the Strait of Hormuz, hundreds of them in the cover of night with the aid of the U.S. Navy. So is the Strait of Hormuz really blocked? Not really. All right, that's the latest for a big story of the day. Story number 2, people buzzing about it. The Knicks come back in incredible fashion last night, take a commanding 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. This is incredible.
Number 2.
Nobody guarding the inbound pass. Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good. The chip, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. And it's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it. That's it. It's over. The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. The Knicks pull off the miracle comeback and lead it 3-1. Now 1 win away from a title.
Wow, what a ball game last night. By the way, Stanley Cup Finals, Game 5 tonight. They're knotted at 2 apiece back in North Carolina. All right, story comes out, number 3. Hey, who has the most money, who has the least money in the 50 states of the Union?
Number 3.
All right, new study comes out, looked into the states where the people have the highest and lowest income. They gave each state a score based on the average salaries of the top 5 earners, the average bottom 20 earners, and the median household overall. Guess who's number 1? The Commonwealth of Virginia, followed by New York, New Jersey, Washington, and Connecticut. Utah 6th. Wow. Colorado, Minnesota, Illinois, and Massachusetts. As for the other big states, Texas is 11, California is 13, Florida is 15. Why do you think the people of Virginia make so much money? Dave?
First of all, I need to ask, I'm making so much money? This is news to me.
No, the people of Virginia. Okay,
my bank account doesn't show that.
Nor does mine, nor does most people. But I'm asking this for a reason. New study looked into the states where people have the highest and lowest incomes. To do it, they gave each state a score based upon this. Top 5% earners, the bottom 20% earners, and the median household income overall. So it's pretty fair. Top tier, people at the bottom, people in the middle. Why do you think Virginia is number 1?
I don't know. Cost of living? Cost of living's fairly low here.
Well, the cost of living, cost of living's getting worse.
Oh, yeah, it's growing just like
Right.
anywhere else, but
why?
it's not too bad.
Think about this. What do we have in Virginia that generates that kind of income for people?
Jobs.
And what are those jobs? What are those jobs?
Hopefully, they're higher paying jobs.
Right. You know where they are?
Where?
Nova, Northern Virginia. Think about this.
They're all government jobs?
Well, not necessarily government jobs, but jobs that have to do with spending our tax dollars.
Yeah.
What are the most expensive counties to live in?
Fairfax.
All those in Northern Virginia and Maryland. What do they all have in common? They surround Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and the people that live there don't want to live in D.C. because
they don't want to live in D.C.
because D.C.'s a you know what.
Parts of D.C. are awful.
Oh, the parts of D.C. Most of it is.
Parts of D.C. are incredibly expensive. But what I'm getting at is it's your tax dollars that support Northern Virginia. Why are they making all that money? Because they're in there lobbying, doing whatever. Government jobs, government adjacent jobs. That's why Northern Virginia has so much power, because they're all people that work in D.C. and they live in Northern Virginia. That's why those incomes are so high. It's all your tax dollars. By the way, if you're looking for the lowest income states, how about this? You know who's number one?
On the lowest?
Yeah.
No.
Our neighbors just to the west of us, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
How is it Virginia has the highest income? West Virginia has one of the lowest. D.C. and our tax dollars being wasted up there. Let's see. It's West Virginia. Oh, by the way, you've lived in some of these places. West Virginia is number one. New Mexico.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
There's no economic engine for the state of New Mexico. Mississippi, Louisiana, Maine, Rhode Island, Alabama, Vermont, Kentucky, and Alaska.
Well, Vermont and Maine is just because it's so expensive to live there.
Well, there's
there's no infrastructure.
What's their economic engine?
Nothing. Tourism.
Oyster farms from Grand Platner.
Yeah. And Mississippi is always on the bottom of every list like that, just because for the same reason they don't have.
What's their economic engine? What's our economic engine? It's DC and it's data centers.
Yeah,
that's our economic engine. All right. Story number 4. Guess what's starting? The World Cup. Yay!
Number 4.
All right. One good thing about the World Cup, play that for just a second. Let them roll for a little bit. Remember these vuvuzelas? Okay, I can tell you this. The World Cup has outlawed vuvuzelas. We don't have to have those making it sound like you've got insects invading World Cup. The World Cup games get started today. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am about a -5 when it comes to the World Cup. I feel bad. Brian Kilmeade, our friend, so excited about the World Cup. Somebody sent him some new kicks for the cup because he's a big soccer guy. He played soccer since he was 5. I'm not excited for the World Cup.
The World Cup's probably about the only soccer I'll watch.
I tried watching and I still get bored.
Yeah, and even then, I don't know. I probably won't watch a full match all the way through.
Okay.
Unless it's the USA, then I might, because then I kind of treat it like the Olympics.
Yeah, but I still get it.
It's boring. I don't get into it, but about the only time I do get into it is during the World Cup.
Right, but you know why I don't like soccer? You know what I dislike more than soccer?
What?
Soccer fans.
I say when I was in Europe, I saw soccer fans. I loved it. I love how passionate they are.
I do.
And I played soccer when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, for a couple of years.
I never played soccer. I'm older than AYSO, thank goodness. And my son never played soccer. You want to know why?
Luster. Why?
My wife said, I'm not going to sit there and watch him play soccer. She refused to let him play soccer. In fact, before he even asked, she looked at him, she goes, you'll never play soccer. I'm not going to sit there.
Well,
that's a good woman right there. I'll tell you that.
And kid soccer you think it's bad at professional level. It's kid soccer. Okay, let me put it this way. I was 6 years old when I was playing soccer. We played, 8 games, whatever it was. We scored 1 goal in 8 games, 1 goal. So all our games were either 0-0 and
how do you
1-0.
know they didn't keep score? Because they're.
Oh, we did. We kept score.
Anyway, the soccer fans that stand there and try to tell me how exciting the game is.
It can be snoozy.
Oh, but then they're so indignant when you don't agree with them. They get mad. So
Well, and that's why those fans have to be crazy, is because they got to do something while the game's, boring.
I don't know. Yeah, well,
So
get ready.
so they got to have riots and all that stuff.
Get ready, because whenever you go to your local sports bar, they're going to be there and they're going to lecture us how soccer, and again, it's like when Matt Walsh goes, "What is a woman?" Have you seen those?
No.
So Matt Walsh will go, talking about what is a woman. Soccer fans always come back to me with one thing of, well, you realize it's the most popular sport in the whole wide world. Like, okay, this is America. I don't care. Anyway, get ready for the soccer people to come out of the woodworks and tell you how great their game is. Yay. I tell you what's great is when we get text messages from folks, 833-804-1140. We read the best ones at 6:55, 7:55, 8:55, and now at 9:05 or thereafter, we start taking telephone calls. 833-804-1140, the James River Air text line. Hey, guess what?